Hey guys, it's Sarah. Okay, so this is the next step in my unhaul process here, and I'm going to be doing a try a chapter with a stack of books that I'm on the fence about, and I just feel like I need to give it a try to see what I think first before I make a decision. And I have 7 books to do this for. So the way this is going to work is that I'm going to read the first chapter at a minimum. Depending on how I feel after the first chapter, if I need to read a second one, I may do that. If I can't make a decision after the first one, I'll try to just do one. But I'm going to base my decision on whether or not I'm going to keep the book after I read that chapter. And I'm not going to be picking one to read and do a full review or anything like I normally do. I'm just trying to see if I'm going to keep these books or not. So I'm going to be making decisions after I read the first chapter in these, and we're going to just see how it goes. So I have 7 books to do. I'm not going to do them all in one sitting. I don't have the time for that right now, but I'll do them over the next couple days and just have a big montage of them in this video. So I literally just grabbed the first 3 off the pile, and I'm going to try to get those done right now, and that may be all I have time to do today. But let's just get started. Okay, so the first one here is 7 Black Diamonds by Melissa Marr. This is a Fae book, I believe. I think this is the first book in a series. I grabbed this at a thrift store. I really like the cover a lot, and I was like, sure, I'll read a Fae book. I don't know. We'll see. Fae is not one I've read a whole lot about. I'm not sure if I want to read more or not, so I guess we'll just see how I feel about this first chapter. The first chapter in here is only 5 pages, but this is a multiple perspective book as well. So I know the first chapter is from one perspective, the second chapter is another perspective, and the first 2 chapters together are 21 pages. So I may need the first 2. We're going to see. I'll read the first one, see what I feel. If I feel like I need to keep going, then I'll read the second chapter, and we'll see what I think. So I'm going to go ahead and read that now. Okay. I read the first chapter. Yeah, I'm into this. Like, I really liked the way it was written. It was, it seems like it's going to be pretty dark, and like a really, really evil queen. And one of our main characters is her daughter. And I'm sure she's going to like say, this is not okay. Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed like even the first 5 pages. I was like, yeah, I'm into this. I would continue reading this for sure. So yep, I'm going to hang on to this one. So good to know. 7 Black Diamonds I will keep and put on my fantasy shelf. Okay, so next let's go to this one, which is Crooked Letter by Tom Franklin. I haven't heard too much about this. I picked it up because I don't know why. I think it was a Goodwill buy, and I was like, oh, that looks kind of interesting. And I read the synopsis, and I was like, sure. And it was a long time ago. So the first chapter is about 8 pages long. So let's see what the first 8 pages are like. All right, guys, so I read the first chapter in this one, and I think I'm going to hang on to it. The first couple pages were a little kind of like, okay, this is a little boring. It took me a little bit longer to read 3 pages than I would have liked, but the end of the chapter caught my attention, and I think I'm gonna hang on to this one too. But this is probably gonna be one of those like slower reads that's not gonna be, you know, like super fast paced and thrilling and I can't put it down, but it's gonna be something I'm just gonna need to take my time with and read. But it's not a long book either, so yeah, I think I'm gonna hang on to this one. All right, so we're 2 for 2 on keeping. Okay, this is going that way. All right, I have time to do one more, and I'm going to do Canary Club. This is by Sherry D. Ficklin. This is a book that was sent to me unsolicited, and so I just don't know anything about it. I've never really heard anyone talk about it. So this is set in the 1920s in New York, I believe. It's kind of a Great Gatsby-esque type of book from what I'm understanding from the little that I've heard about it. But first chapter is 8 pages, so let's see what this one is like. All right, so first off, these chapters headers are gorgeous. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. All right, I think I'm gonna unhaul this one, guys. Like the first chapter was fine, like nothing special. The writing isn't special. Our main character's just gotten out of jail. Yeah, like it really did not grab my attention at all. And the writing isn't great either. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and unhaul this one. All right, so I've read 3. I'm going to keep 2 of them, get rid of 1. And that's all I'm going to be able to do for today because my kids are about to come home from school. So I will have to do some more tomorrow. But yeah, all right. That's it for now. I'll be back tomorrow to do some more. Hey guys. All right, so it's the next day and I'm going to go ahead and do 2 more try chapters with 2 more books here. So we're going to read the first chapter in both of these and see what I think. And also today, I forgot to mention this before, but Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library is going to be doing this with me today too. We were talking about my unhauling process and everything, and I told her I was going to do, you know, like try a chapter unhaul type thing. And she was like, I need to do that too. And I said, let's pick a day and we'll post it on the same day. So she has one up today too. And I'm really excited to watch hers as well and see what she picks and if she's going to end up getting rid of anything, because she also has been like wanting to get rid of some stuff. So, all right, we are going to start with this one, The Flood Girls by Richard Fifield. I've never heard of this book before ever until I saw it at a library sale. So I grabbed it because it's cute and it looks like a fun possible read. There's a little Target book club pick on it. So it's like, sure, why not? I'll give it a try. We'll see. So this is taking place in a small town in Montana, and a girl who grew up there but then ends up going back as an adult to kind of make amends with her mother and a group of her friends, I think, for whatever reason. The first chapter is only 6 pages, so we'll see how that goes. I may need to do more than 1 chapter. I may need to do 2. We'll just see how I feel after the first chapter. But this is a debut novel from him. I don't know if he's written any more besides this. Like I said, I've never heard of this. So let's see what I think. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm good with this. I think I'm going to hang on to this one. The writing is good, and it piqued my interest for sure. The first part was set in 1990 in a really small town in Montana, and it's a young boy who lives in a trailer park, and it's kind of like his things that are happening on the daily for him, and he's a little bit quirky. And then his neighbor, who he formed kind of a silent bond with because his neighbor didn't really talk. He was an elderly man and he died, so it talks about that. And then I read like the first couple pages in the second chapter as well. And then it follows a girl named, I don't remember her name off the top of my head. I just read it too. Let me find it because it's going to drive me nuts. I want to say Lily, but I don't think that's it. Rachel, of course. Lily, Rachel, same thing. Rachel, who is the girl who is coming back to the town to make some amends for some stuff. So, yeah. All right, so I'm going to hang on to this. I'm intrigued enough to read this book, so I will keep that one. All right, next. This one makes me so nervous. I'm like a little bit terrified of this one. Uprooted by Naomi Novik. The reason this scares me is because I've heard such mixed things about this book, like such mixed things, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I'm going to like it. I love fantasy. So that makes me think I'm going to like it because this is a fantasy book, and it's based on, it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and it's like a monster who surrounds this village, and is it Russian? I think it mixes with Russian folklore a little bit too. I want to say that. I could be wrong. But this monster, I think every year ends up taking a girl from this village, and it's like, if a girl is sacrificed to him, then the village will stay safe because he will protect the village. So yeah, I've heard amazing things. I've also heard awful things. So I don't know. Oh, it makes me nervous. So first chapter's a doozy though. It's like 23 pages. So this is this is going to take me a little bit longer. So I'm going to go ahead and get it done. See what I think. And yeah. All right, let's just do it. No need to be nervous. I got 3 pages in and I am totally into it. Like, yeah. I'm not kidding, guys. Like 3 pages in, I was like, yeah, I would like to read this book. So yeah, okay. No need to be nervous. I'm good with this. I mean, I read literally 3 pages, you guys, but her writing is really good. Number one, I really like the way that she's describing things. I can see it very clearly and very vividly. And number two, it's not a monster. It's actually a man, but they call him the dragon, even though he's actually a man and he's immortal. And he takes a girl every 10 years, and she is taken from the village and brought up to his tower, and she lives there for 10 years. And after 10 years, he lets her go and takes another one. And they all come back very different. Yeah. So yeah, I'm into it. Totally into it. I'm going to read that. Okay, that's all I'm doing for today. I do have some other stuff I need to go do. So tomorrow I will come back and do the last 2 and see where we end up with our final count. But so far, I'm keeping 4 and getting rid of 1. So, yep, that's happening. All right, we'll see how tomorrow goes, but I will see you then. All right, guys, so next day, and we are going to go ahead and get this tag finished up. So I have 2 more books that I want to read the first chapter of and see what I think. And the first one here is going to be The Watch, and this is by this person. Yeah. This is a book that is set, I think, primarily in Afghanistan, and it's like a wartime situation involving American troops and citizens of Afghanistan, I believe. So it has something to do with that. That's kind of all I really know. And I'm like, we'll see. I'm not sure. But this one, the first chapter is 30 pages. That's kind of long. So I may just read a bit and see if I can make a decision before the end of the first chapter, like either yes or no, either one. So we'll see how it goes. I guess if I need the full chapter, I can do it, but it is kind of a little bit longer than many of the other ones here. So, all right, I'm gonna read and see what I think. All right, guys, so I didn't need to read the whole first chapter of this. I'm definitely gonna keep this one. I read the first 10 pages, and the writing is beautiful. Beautiful writing. So the only thing that threw me off at first was that there's no quotation marks in here, at least not in the first part. So but the way it was written, you can tell when someone's speaking and who's speaking it. So like it didn't confuse me too much, but it kind of threw me off. I was like, oh, there's no quotation marks in here. That's very interesting. But yeah, the writing is fantastic. So yeah, I'm going to hang on to this. And like in the first 10 pages, we're following a woman in Afghanistan who, they're all Afghan citizens who we're following right now, but they're in the middle, like it's taking place on a battlefield when a battle had just happened. And so there's kind of dead bodies everywhere. And she is actually, what's the word? Disabled, I guess. She doesn't have her legs, or she talks about the stumps of her legs that are just now healing. So I think recently maybe she was in the middle of an attack or something, but she has stumps for legs right now, and she's trying to get around on a cart, and she has to use her hands, and it's like, ugh. But she's looking for her brother who was killed in battle, and she wants to give him a proper burial. So, you know, along the lines of their religions, she wants to give him the proper burial. And she believes it's her right in order to do that because she's his family member. So she's going into this battlefield trying to find her brother's body so she can, you know, do that for him. And she runs into some people where, like, she shouldn't be there, basically, especially as a woman. So, yeah, I'm keeping this for sure. Okay, so last one. This one I'm really on the fence about. So this is The Nest by Cynthia D. Apri-Sweeney. And I don't know, like when this first came out, everybody was talking about it and everyone was buying it, and it's gorgeous. Like it's a beautiful book. But then I'm hearing not great things. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. Let's see. So I'm going to read the prologue. It's only 6 pages. If I get into chapter 1, it goes into like 20, 30 pages. And I don't know that I want to put that much into it right now. So I'm going to see what the first 6 pages does for me. Hopefully it will give me an idea of whether or not I want to read it. But This one I might also be doing a little bit of research on just to make sure, because I've just heard such mixed things and I want to see what some of my friends on Goodreads think about it. And yeah, so we'll go from there. All right, guys. I don't know what to do about this one. I don't know. I enjoyed the first part, the prologue. So, I mean, it was only 6 pages, but I enjoyed it. It wasn't like mind-blowing or anything. This is like a family drama type thing. And supposedly just like a really dysfunctional family, and they're going to be arguing about inheritance or something like that. But a lot of my friends on Goodreads have not given this very good ratings. It only has a 3.4 average with over 100,000 ratings, so that's not great. And bottom line, Lindsay didn't like this. She only gave it 2 stars. She said it was a dysfunctional family, but she was really bored. And I'm like, yeah, I tend to agree with Lindsay most of the time on books. So as beautiful as this book is, I literally, like, this book is so stunning, you guys. Ugh. But I shouldn't keep a book because it's pretty, right? I need to keep books because I genuinely want to read them and I will read them and blah, blah, blah. So I'm really trying to decide, because Lindsay didn't like it, which means I'm probably not going to like it. But then there were other people who read books that I like too, and they gave it like 4 stars. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You guys tell me. If you've read it, tell me if it's worth the read or not. Let me know. I'm leaning towards getting rid of it, but I don't know why. Like, I've had the opportunity to get rid of this so many times and I haven't. I've always hung on to it. So if you have read this book, let me know if I should keep this or not. Okay. I'm a little bit nervous about it. All right, this is on my maybe, but seriously, you guys tell me. I trust you. All right, so what's my wrap up here? That one's a maybe. I'm gonna let you guys tell me whether or not I should keep that book. Okay, so I'm getting rid of The Canary Club by Sherry D. Ficklin. I read the first chapter. I didn't love it. It wasn't really rememberable, so I'm getting rid of that one for sure. And then the other 5 I'm keeping, definitely. So I'm keeping The Watch. I am keeping Uprooted. I only got 3 pages into this and I was like, yep, I'm definitely keeping that. I'm gonna keep The Flood Girls. This was interesting, definitely. This may be one that I end up reading and probably getting rid of when I'm done, but I still think I'll enjoy it when I read it, so that's why I'm gonna hang on to that one. Crooked Letter. I don't know. I'm kind of rethinking this one now because I don't really remember the first chapter and I only read it 2 days ago. That's not necessarily a good thing, right? So I don't know about this one. I might do some more research on that right now. That might be in my maybe pile too. And then 7 Black Diamonds I'm definitely gonna keep because I really did like the first chapter in this one. Okay. All right. So definitely getting rid of 1, definitely keeping 4, and then the other 2 I'm just gonna need your advice on. So also, if you have read Crooked Letter by Tom Franklin, let me know. But legitimately, I don't remember the first chapter in that one, and I just read it. So that's not a good sign, right? The other 4 definitely, like, I remember what happened. And then The Nest, I need you guys to help me out. I don't know why I'm so on the fence about that one. It's so weird. I don't know, something about it still intrigues me, but I also don't want to put my time into it and then I'm disappointed. You know what I mean? So, yeah. All right, you guys let me know. You let me know, and then I will let you know what I end up doing with both of those in my final, like, kind of unhaul video that I have to kind of wrap this series up, which will be coming up very soon. But yeah, I need a little help on those 2. Let me know. Okay, that's gonna be it for this one. So, couple of firm decisions, couple of not so firm decisions, but I feel good about it. So let me know down below your opinions on all these, and I will be back again very soon with my next video in this little series. Okay, hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you again soon.